Hi. Hi, Vlad.
Hi Sam, how you going?
Yeah, good. How
Hey
are
there,
you?
Phil.
Hi Vlad, morning.
Hey guys, nice to talk to you. So this is crazy times that everybody's in the middle of, and I imagine that you're probably seeing all sorts of really crazy behavior in the marketing space. I wanted just to ask you a couple of quick questions. I know you guys are putting together some special activities for members and other small to medium businesses and startups to help them while they're cooped up at home. I wanted to ask you a couple of things right now around sort of resources. People have got a lot of issues with limited resources, time, money, losing people, having to let people go. Where are you seeing that marketing fits at the moment for startups, small to medium businesses, and to those owners?
Yeah, so it's interesting because, in prior crises, the marketing spend and marketing activity has been the sort of first to cut. And I know, accountants might actually advise for that to happen as well. From experience, over the years, I think those businesses that have been more strategic with their marketing resource, whether that's their time, their focus, and their staff, have actually come out better from whatever the crisis may be. One example is Sears. So Sears is a household name. Sears had a strategy to actually increase their advertising during the Depression in the States, and became a household name because of it. If we think about the global financial crisis and who came out of that and what came out of that, such as Airbnb and Uber and what they did, in part with some growth hacking, but actually focused their attention on what they could do to grow their business. So I think, we've got to be cautious as a community. We've got to remain sustainable, but we've got to think strategically about our resources and especially the way that we communicate with our customers or to our customers.
Yeah, that's a really good point. One of the things that I'm noticing that as people are talking about the impact on their resources and the constraints that they're dealing with, many are actually doubling down on building out their capabilities. That's why I really wanted to talk to you guys and sort of share what you're doing. Is now the time to build the individual's capabilities? So, the business owner, the startup founder, is now the time?
Oh, for sure. I think, it's giving us a great chance to actually develop our own skills. I think there's a couple of reasons why. The first is it could be that you are losing resources or losing time. You might have to do it yourself. So you need to, really understand what you can do to get the most impact. It could be that you've had to reduce hours or reduce staff. And so again, you need to have some strategic, sort of direction to the staff that you've got left. And also we've probably, because business may have slowed, got a bit of extra time. And so really now's the your chance to sort of work on the business, because that's often really hard to do because we're so busy doing our day to day, we don't work on the business. So really for all of those reasons, it's a perfect opportunity for owners to and founders to build their own capabilities. And also, a lot of that can be done online, and it keeps your brain working while you're at home as well, I think, importantly.
Yeah, just to add on that, I think that at this time, people are getting bombarded by lots of emails about this is what you should do and things like that. But this is a time to reflect and actually look at what you need to do tailored to your business. So we need to help people have the tools and the skills to be able to do it. And the more that they can build that understanding of the current climate, what they need to do and how they move forward, the better it is. So the more tailored, having a tailored marketing strategy specific to your business to consider the ecosystem and the environment that surrounds you is really, really important. So the more that you can do that yourself, the more you have those capabilities yourself, the better chance you've got to be able to build healthy and sustainable business going forward.
That's a really good point, Phil. I agree with you too, because what I'm finding is that many of the businesses that, whether I'm mentoring or coaching them, they're right now going, if the resources are tight, I've got to do everything. And if I've got to do everything, which is the thing that I'm supposed to do,
Yeah.
And that's why when I saw the work that you guys have been doing and the course that you have been discussing with running with EI in the past, and now with the ability for people to access this online. I really would love to know, so with this this offering, what is the Marketing Entourage providing right now to the startups, the small and medium owners, small and medium business owners, that they can jump onto, and how is this different to a lot of the other courses? Just like Phil said, they've been swamped with non-stop, do this is the magic pill, but really we've got to get hands-on, right? So, and I love what you guys do. So how is what you're proposing to launch at the moment and provide to the community, how's that work, and how's that different to other courses and other things that are on there?
Yeah, no, for sure. We developed it sort of 2017 and been running it since. We were supported by Launch 5th, the state government's startup agency, in 2018 to roll it out across Victoria. We've rolled out a number of programs since. We've seen a huge level of impact for the people that have gone through the program. Completion rates are sort of up there at 80%, above 80%. Just for a comparison, the average online course completion rate is 10%. So we knew we were on something good. Our NPS scores were in the 60s. And we've tracked and measured those that have gone through the program and what's happened to their business since. We've seen acquisitions, we've seen funding, we've seen 10 times revenue increases, we've seen pivots in businesses, we've seen the impact that doing something like this has, and we continue to get email feedback from the participants of the different programs on how they're still applying what they learned in the program. We ran a session actually for the community last Wednesday just to check in and see how everyone was. And it was so nice that someone said, well, actually, because I did the Marketing Entourage program, I'm already set up for this. So to actually to see that the capability of the people that have gone through the program and how that's actually impacted them through the years, but also in preparation for times like this, has meant that, we know that it has an impact. The reason it's different is because of the style of learning. And so I in my spare time did a Masters of Teaching for interest, but part of that was but part of that was the way that we learn, or way that we engage with content, which is really important in today's world. And so the premise is that the way that sort of talk and chalk, old style of talk, of teaching, where you sit and listen, take notes and go away and try and apply it, doesn't work. So we wanted to create something that is truly applicable, that has real case studies that people can, specifically use for their business. So actually it's a flipped classroom. They get access to the sort of context and the frameworks, and they have a bit of homework, no more than an hour or two each week, for them to really understand the content. And then they have a check-in session with like a session that then helps them apply that to their business, so that the actual session itself is specific to tailoring what they've learned to their business. So each week they can apply their learning. So whilst it's a long program, and at the end they have a very thorough strategy, each week they can apply their learnings and make changes to their business, which is really different. And I think that's why we've seen that impact in the retention of the knowledge, in the ability to then use what they've learned and the frameworks that they've learned again and again, because they've learned in their own time, in short, highly engaging lessons, and the style of which it's taught as well has some educational psychology to help you retain it. And then because they get that support of the session, where they're able to ask questions and workshop how that applies to their business. So that's why it's different, I think, Vlad.
Just to add to that, the one thing that always came back was and we see it even more now with more and more people working from home, is that you can choose when you want to go through the session, go through the actual program, the online content. So whether you need to do that at 6 a.m. or at lunchtime, or in the evening when the kids are in bed, it doesn't matter. You can choose for you and what works. And that it was, even before everything that's happening at the moment, that was seen as such a great thing. You know, if you've got, you must be there at 1 o'clock on a Wednesday or else, that's not the thing. Even with the session check-in, it's still recorded. So if you can't make it, then you can watch it the next day, still hear the input from the others while you're having a cup of coffee. So it's done in a way that you can run it as much as it's done through each week. You've got a pace during that week that you can decide how you want to implement it to your daily life.
That's great. And I noticed that there are a lot of tools. People are using a lot of tools right now to make these online communities work. You know, I know Eastern Innovation, so they've launched a WhatsApp group for everybody, you know, so they can quickly communicate. You know, I mean, there's obviously Slack. Slack are some tools people use. Everyone's using Zoom at the moment. I noticed WebEx has come out with free, you know, just use it if you need it. And so what's really interesting is that I love how this course still allows all of the mentoring and the support, you know, from the Marketing Entourage team, but also the Eastern Innovation team. So, you know, we're in there. You know, we've been able to come together to create something that's going to be able to, you know, or to launch your program to the community. And you've been able to do it at a significant discounted price so that it's more accessible and more people can get on. Because right now, do you see that the impact is critical, that people need to do this right now?
Yeah.
To help them?
Yeah, no, definitely. And, you know, the first thing when this all sort of happened, we had a sort of emergency team meeting. You know, the first question was, what can we do to help? You know, how can we survive as a small business ourselves? And you know, what do we have that could help right now? So we think that this is a really great program for people to go through. So whilst we can't do it for free because of the length and the cost of operating it, we have reduced the price significantly to make it more accessible to the community. And then obviously in partnership with Eastern Innovation, we've able to then offer another discount to that price too, for your community members as well. So yeah, we're looking at all that we can do, you know, from a free point of view, but also a cost point of view that will help the communities, you know, remain sustainable. Yeah.
That's really great. And that's really appreciated. So what we'll be doing is we'll be sending through, well, probably a link to this video, but also some information to the broader community. We'll post that and share the additional you know, discount code for the Eastern community members as well. So listen, thank you very much. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to mention before we sign off?
Oh, I don't think so. You know, we're really looking forward to, one of the biggest things that we found from starting this program is the community of people we have around us now. The participants have kind of become our friends. So yeah, we're sort of really looking forward to bringing new participants into that community and being able to support them and connect them to the people that are going to help them get through this as well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's great. And we really love working with you guys. So looking forward to launching this really soon.
Yeah, thanks, Vlad. Yeah, we're looking forward to it too.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks, Vlad.
Thanks, guys.